GameStop and other retailers that sell used games and constantly, their whole business models are used games, are going to be selling Steam boxes. And I'm going to use the word GameStop less in this because people always think, I'm terrified of GameStop or some shit. So we'll just say Game and Best Buy and other places that are going to be selling these that make money off of used games. It's interesting to me to see these companies selling something that will only play games that they cannot get money for, that they cannot sell back. And from what I understand, there is an exclusivity deal where these will be sold through these outlets only for a short period of time. So to me, this looks like one of those short-sighted, let's make quick money now while we can, but you're going to lose it in the long run. Now, these are going to take off one way or another, but it's like shooting yourself in the... It's just... Why would you help that?
I think if people are going to buy these, they're going to buy these. So
yes,
they're going to. Why not make the money off it? You know what I mean? I mean, basically, it's like selling a computer. A Steam machine is just like a computer, right? For the most part.
Yes.
So if you sell a computer, you sell a Steam machine. You're not making money off of used computer game sales. So what's the difference?
Well, GameStop doesn't sell computers. But so that's what I'm saying. It's weird for them to get into this market. And like I said,
they're going to have to diversify the way to stay in business.
You're right.
If whether it's selling mobile, start selling tablets. I think some stores are selling tablets or cell phones or whatever.
For a long time, they've been taking in phones and tablets.
So
a long time.
That's the way to survive, is to diversify, because the used games are going away eventually. We talked about that.
And I think they sell them through different outlets. So maybe that's something that they could move into a different outlet and get some money from. It's just, I don't know. It's odd. And
is it odd to you just because you wouldn't be used to seeing a Steam machine in a GameStop, or because they don't know anything about it, or because it's so outside of their sort of realm?
It's just
to begin with.
It for all of those reasons, but also because we just talked about 2 weeks ago a very fresh article where they said that they're not going to bundle digital copies anymore because they need they want the physical copies because their business relies on trade-ins, and now they're selling a new console that's not going to give them anything.
Well, maybe they see this as something totally separate, that this is to them a new product that doesn't... You know what I mean? They're trying to sell gift cards as well, like Steam gift cards, which I guess if you bundle it, but are people even... Here's GameStop's problem. They're not known for this at all. And anytime you've... Just like the way Radio Shack, they shot themselves in the foot by not focusing on home electronics anymore and try to sell cell phones. People don't think of Radio Shack and cell phones. They think of, I need audio hardware. I need a freaking radio. One of Frank's things is like, I went to Radio Shack, look for radio. They didn't have one.
I need a 3-pole switch.
Yeah. So you sort of stick with what you're branded as, and they're not branded as being a place to find computer games or Steam games, which are computer games. You know, they're not known for that.
My question has always been, and actually, it would be cool if someone in the comments knew, because you mentioned selling the Steam cards. I've always wondered if there's any profit for a store on that, or if it's just something that gets them in. Because you pay exactly $10, and you get exactly $10 worth of Steam credit. I can't imagine that they would allow themselves to take much.
There has to Steam. It's like any other gift card, though. There has to be some sort of cushion in there. Why you go into a Vaughn supermarket, they have 50 different gift cards you can buy.
Well, I'm thinking just to draw people into the store.
There's got to be some sort of cut going back.
Well, I guess that's what I'm asking. Like, maybe what is that cut?
Maybe it's $1 a card or something. You know, like maybe it's so minute that it's just like a bonus. I don't know. There has to be.
So I think the thing with GameStop is, between their retro and their Steam boxes and the tablets and the phones and the supposedly, we talked about it a while ago and I haven't seen anything else on it, but supposedly them opening separate stores for those sales of the tablets and the phones and refurbished computers and stuff. They're grabbing at too many straws and they're diversifying too fast in a way that I don't think is going to help them at all.
They're turning to Radio Shack, and I love Radio Shack, and there's some still... They haven't closed all of them. They closed a chunk of them. But
I loved old Radio Shack, back when I used to mess around with...
Back when they had Tandies?
Bullshit.
And just basically, they had graphing calculators or remote control cards, little science kits, and LCD games and radios. That's all they had.
And if you went to the right one, aisles and aisles of potentiometers, switches, wires, clips... I used to circuit bend weird toys to make noises, and I used to love going there and just buying all that stuff, and you can't do that anymore.
It's very sad. So that'll be GameStop in 10 years, like Radio Shack. You'll walk in, there won't be any games anymore. They'll have computers and tablets and cell phones, you'd be like, oh, there's no games anymore.
I am begging you, please buy a cell phone contract. Radio Shack got really bad at the end, like pathetic. Like I had to like
At
run
the
away.
end, they're still around. Ours is still here, local.
Well, the last time I was in there, I had to run away from the guy because I asked him for an AC adapter, and he tried to sell me a cell phone. And he was like saying things to me as I left the store.
They did have the universal AC I needed for my Turbo Duo. Well, that's the last time I went there, so that's like 4 years ago. They did have that. So
I was looking for something really strange, but yeah.
So they still Radio Shack. They're still around. They still their stock price is at 3 cents. That's good.
Ow!
Damn Radio Shack.
That's a penny stock. Like
yeah, that's literally a penny stock. But they still have stuff on their website you can order. But the problem is that you can order that shit anywhere now. You can order any audio part off eBay, and it's probably cheaper. You know, like that's just the reality of the world we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I miss Crazy Eddie as well. That's a whole other conversation. We can have a whole defunct East Coast store conversation.